Alright, King JB is back. This is obviously part two of Kingdom Q&A. Obviously, you know how the time is with this YouTube, but we're back, you know what I'm saying? We can call this the second half, the beef edition, because most of the questions that are in my inbox right now are all related to beef. So we're going to go ahead and get to that shit. Alright. We left off obviously talking about why I screen my comments, you know, obviously. It's all about what I want other people to see. You know, this is my YouTube channel. You know, my family sees this shit, man. Why the fuck would I want my family seeing all that bullshit, man? You know, I mean, you gotta really think about that. Not everybody is that carefree about that shit. Like I told you, when people talk shit about me, it makes me want to fuck them up. So why would I want my sons or my wife or anybody that knows me to see people hate me like that when they have actually no reason to hate me? Because anyone that has ever met me, especially off of here, the internet, will tell you I'm a good ass dude, man. I'm a good guy, you know. All right, now I got three questions. I think about three questions left, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with them. I was asked about something I said on Twitter today. You know what I'm saying, about people being fake. Alright. And along the lines of that, they also asked me about my beef with Bloodstained Lane. Which was, let me make this for the record. This beef with Bloodstained Lane was over a year ago. Okay? The same person also asked me if it was a fake beef. If I tell you that I'm going to fuck you up, or that I want to fuck you up, there's nothing fake about that. I don't work for the WWE. My hatred for Bloodstained Lane at that time was 100% legit. 100%. I thought he was fake. I still think his character is fake. But Anthony Lane, when you talk to him, he's a real good dude. But his character's fake. His image is fake. I've told y'all that a long time ago, you know, and that's just the truth. You know, you can go back to the guy that was from Philly that he had come out there and fight him, but yet they used boxing gloves. Who the fuck in a real street fight pulls out boxing gloves? It's all fake, man. It's all staged. It's all, you know what I'm saying? It's all scripted. And he did it for a reason, I'm going to be honest with you. He did a very, very good job at that shit. Dana White knows who he is. Dana White even talked about him in a fucking vlog. What is that what y'all call these vlogs? Whatever. It's just a fucking video. Anyways. Dana White talked about him. Bloodstained Lane did his job, man. He did whatever it is. Now, I hope he's got some sponsors with all them followers and shit. Because if not, then that means he's a stupid fucking businessman. I don't know. I don't have that many followers. I mean, especially on the YouTube. I do in real life. I do on my radio show. But on my YouTube, nah, man, I don't have nowhere near the followers. And hopefully, he's got sponsors that he's getting money from. And if not, he's a fucking idiot. But in terms of Bloodstained Lane, man, I think Anthony Lane's a good dude. I think his character, Bloodstained Lane, is a fake douchebag. That's just the way it goes. A lot of you guys agree with me. But all in all, you know, I'm just keeping it real because you asked me the question. My beef with Bloodstained Lane was very simple. I saw a video of him with the Fight Nerd. I saw the way he acted and the way he tried to punk him, and I said to myself, if I saw this dude in real life, I would beat the fucking piss out of him. And I know that I would. But you know, the truth of it is that with so I attacked him, basically. Most of you guys remember back at that time I was fucking with DiBiase, and DiBiase was behind the scenes. No, man, please don't attack him because then he'll crush us. Man, he didn't crush shit. DiBiase, he's a pussy. I'm not a pussy. I'll go toe-to-toe with anyone. That's just the way it goes. And now with Bloodstained Lane, he has a great amount of groupies that will go to war for him. Bloodstained Lane, once again, I commend him and respect the fact that he's done his job very well. But his character is fake. He would never punk someone like me like he did that fight nerd. And he knows it. I put 10 grand on the line. Had him, the LFC was willing to sign the fight between me and Bloodstained Lane. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows it was Bloodstained Lane that said no. So that's how the war ended, ladies and gentlemen. But let me tell you this. Me and Bloodstained Lane got coverage on actual MMA websites for that beef. So me and Bloodstained Lane, man, we did our job, man. Big ups to Bloodstained Lane. No joke. Big ups. Like I said, man. So hopefully that added a little bit of knowledge to it. It was never a troll situation. Bloodstained Lane told me as we were beefing that he's read my shit, he respected my shit. And then I watched more Bloodstained Lane videos, and I now like him. I was ignorant at the time. But I meant everything I said about his character and especially about, throwing down. Don't be out there punking people, man. Let's, just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Fight. God damn it. Fight. DiBiase, that's the next question that I'm reading right now. How did DiBiase and you fall, and what happened there? Very simple, man. I was helping him with MMA topics. We did the radio show. Didn't last long. DiBiase basically didn't like the fact that I would boot trolls from the MMA Topics Facebook group. So he came to me, basically what he did was he took my administrative powers away in that group. And I went to DiBiase and I said, what the fuck did you do that for? He was like, man, you get emotional and you delete the trolls. He said, I like the trolls. I said, all right. It's because you're a fucking troll. Anyways, basically what happened is we got into a little discussion, and I personally said, I'll just go ahead and create the MMA Kingdom like I was going to do. This is before I created the MMA Kingdom. At the time, I wrote a couple articles for Iron Forges Iron. I was doing some MMA-based shit. And then I just basically, was fucking with DiBiase. So anyway, I told him I wasn't going to do that no more. All of a sudden, he's like, what? And this motherfucker writes a Facebook post, saying on his little page, basically saying that he was done with the radio show and and whatever. So I said fuck it. So I posted some shit on my shit saying I needed a new co-host. So I went ahead and got a new co-host in Jason London, and that was it. I was ready to go. I said fuck DiBiase. He says, well, how are you gonna get a new co-host? He didn't know he was out of the show. Truth of it is, that motherfucker is the one that said, because I didn't want to fuck with his MMA topics, that he's the one that posted the post that he was done with the show. And my words to DiBiase is, you should have never posted some shit you didn't mean. Because when you tried to come back, I said, nah, bitch, that ain't the way we roll. I don't play that little girl shit. Period. So anyway, DiBiase then, of course, starts all of his childish shit. He talked about my wife. He did this and that. Talked about everything. I ain't for all that talking shit, man. Once again, 10 grand on the table. What? I don't always have 10 grand. But when I do, I put it on the line against DiBiase, Michael Pepper, or Bloodstained Lane. Or maybe all three of them. Because that's just the way I get down, man. For the record, out of the 3 people I'm going to talk about today, Bloodstained Lane is the one I would sit down and have a beer with. DiBiase, I would rape his fucking face. Because he's a punk bitch, period. He's a little girl. That made me sound like a pedophile. I didn't quite mean that like that. But anyway, so DiBiase did his bullshit, and then later on we even patched things up. We still wasn't fucking with each other on the radio or whatever. But then this motherfucker did it again. And so, we went back and forth with our videos or whatnot. Listen, there really was nothing to even... It was never a big deal. Bottom line of it is, I don't play that shit from people. I offer 10 grand. Come fight me. And no, I don't offer everyone 10 grand. Some people just really get under my skin. And when it's people that I know I could whoop, to be honest, and they like to hide behind the computer, I do that because I hope that the 10 grand will entice them to come up out of the computer. Do you see what I'm saying? so I can get my hands on them and eat their fucking face. That's basically what I mean. But yeah, DiBiase was a bitch. He was always a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Period. And so he continued to be a bitch. You know how many times have you seen him just randomly talk about King JB, man? He's one of my fans, man. He's a groupie. Every single page that I create that's new, or every single business or move that I make, he always pops up. But you know, it is what it is, man. I actually wish him the best, man. I don't have no hard feelings. I just don't like him. I'm out east and kind of south now. I'm out here kind of closer to him than I was. So I'll just say it like this: whenever you're ready, DiBiase. If you're not gonna fight me, then shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. That's your answer. That's what happened between me and DiBiase. Next question: if I fought DiBiase, how long do I think it would last? The answer is it would be under a minute, no question. No question. Come on, man. Have you seen DiBiase? That Down syndrome looking motherfucker? In less than a minute. Easily. Bloodstain would give me a little bit harder of a fight. I think it would take me 10 to 15 minutes to get Bloodstain, to be perfectly honest. Michael Pepper, the owner of MMA Bay. People ask me what happened with that. Very simple. He thinks he's the fucking internet police. He tried to do a lot of digging. Me and him were supposedly really, really cool. I'm talking about we even talked on the phone and everything. And all of a sudden, he tries to steal my sponsors and steal my fans by saying I lie about my listeners on my radio show. Listen, whether I did or didn't, which I did not lie to you guys, whether I did or didn't, why the fuck would you do that? The MMA Kingdom isn't in competition with MMA Bay. I mean, it is, but I ain't on that level yet with the Kingdom. MMA Bay's been around a long time. It's got like 1 million hits a month or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The MMA Kingdom ain't that motherfucking big. You know what I'm saying? So to sit here and say, to sit there and try to destroy me like that, I mean, it was just some bullshit. And everybody knows it was some bullshit. Everybody that knows Michael Pepper knows how fake he is, man. I got a document on it on MMAKingdom.com, man. I wrote. Go check it out. Basically, Michael Pepper just likes to be the police. He's a bitch. Period. That's it. I hope he's not a representative of you British folks out there. Because if that's your guy, whew. I love Michael Bisping to death. But if Dan Hardy, Michael Bisping, and Michael Pepper are your guys as like poster boys, y'all got some fucking problems out there, man. And then more problems than just your teeth. No offense, though. Some of y'all are real cool. The teeth thing's obviously a joke. So all of my European fans, love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of friends from out there, and you know, so I don't mean no disrespect, you know. But those three, you know what I'm saying. Okay, caught myself off guard because that sounded like a real racist comment, man. I'm really sorry for saying that, actually. I don't think that teeth thing was a joke, you know. It really was. But anyway, with all that being said, I hope this answers the questions on the Twitters and Facebooks and all that. But, you know, to the guy that on the Twitter wanted me to say a name because he said that I normally name drop. You're right. When I talked about people being fake, I do talk about characters, and it was actually directed about Bloodstained Lane. I love Anthony Lane. But like I said, sometimes that Bloodstained Lane character is too deep, man. It's too fucked up, and it's too commercialized, and it's too just god-awfully fake, man. But hopefully he's going to be on my show Sunday with Front Row Brian and Ken Pavia, so I don't know, man. He said he's busy. We'll see. But Bloodstained Lane's a cool motherfucker, man. So don't be going to Bloodstained Lane saying JB said you ain't shit, because that's not true. King JB loves Bloodstained Lane's work. Straight up. I just sometimes, man, I think me and Mike Fats was talking about it the other day. He was at the crib, and we just laugh at the mobster shit, the I grew up with John Gotti shit. Get the fuck out of here. No, you didn't, motherfucker. I love you, though, BSL. But you didn't grow up with no John Gotti, motherfucker. Straight up. You didn't even meet John Gotti. You don't know John Gotti. You don't know anybody that knows John Gotti. Keep it real, homeboy. But anyway, big ups to everybody out there, man. Hope these answer your questions. This is the first ever